You know, he looked at me. You said, he asked you twice, mama. And I just was kind of stuck because I just was like, what? Like, and it hit me. It hit me like a ton of bricks because it's like I've been feeling that all week. Like the money that, people had already sent, it's like I had to put it towards bills. I didn't have a choice. I couldn't be like, well, I'll just get him a little toy. I'm like, no, I got to make sure the bills are straight. You know what I mean? Because priority, us having lights, us having cell phones, us having like rent paid, like that was so much more important. And I'm thinking too, because everybody's kind of telling me, they're like, oh, he'll be fine. He's a baby. It's not even gonna bother him like that. Like as long as he has his family. And so I started, buying into that. I was like, yeah, he'll be fine, because grandma was buying him stuff all day. You know what I mean? When we were out.
Babe, I can go all. I'm gonna keep it real, babe. I can go all the way back when I was 3 or 4. I don't forget shit. Like, I know you as a mom. What do you do for your kids? Though, like you actually, you feel me?
Right.
You do the thing. It's not
And
like you
so
just
imagine
have.
though, since he's been born, he's only been here, you know, we'll say really 2.5 or 2 years he can remember of. Like he knows, he's watching me have his other siblings' parties. He's been like, he's not an average 3-year old. His intellect, his understanding, everything is so advanced. And so after we started, after we blew the candles out, and I was like, do you want ice cream? You brought the ice cream out. He was like, yeah. He was helping me scoop it. He was like looking around. He was trying to like kind of figure out like what's next, what's gonna happen. And then I opened his one of the little gift bag things that I was supposed to put in the bags for his party. And it's like he knew he was gonna have a party because we told him, you're like, oh, mom is gonna have a birthday party for you. He understands that. I get it. Some kids don't, but you know how I do it. I do lavish birthdays. So it's like he's like, when he said at my brother Keith, he was like, yeah, mommy decorated the kitchen. Like he already understood, like my party was in the kitchen. He said my cake was on the oven.
Right.
And Renee was like, oh my gosh, like he really comprehends everything. I was like, yeah, like he's really advanced. People say it all the time. So when Michael was sitting right there on the couch on the phone, and you were walking back and forth, and I was sitting right there eating my piece of cake, and he looked right at me.
Yeah.
He looked right at me and he was like, mommy, where's my surprise? Like, he said it as plain as day. He said, mommy, where is my surprise? And then, Michael, my brother Michael, he just looked at me.
Yeah.
Like you seen how he looked
Yeah,
at
I
me
see.
like, what is my sister finna do? Because he knew that was gonna cause me to like break down. So he's trying to watch my mental though. He's watching my face expressions, and I'm looking at him too, because I'm like, just hold it together. Like,
Right.
we knew this was
Watch the
coming.
whole thing.
Like we knew you weren't gonna have no gifts for him. You prioritized your bills, right? And even the super chats they sent me last night, you don't get those. That's not like Cash App when you send a super chat.
Yeah.
What I was telling you this morning, like you have to wait for that on your paycheck. You don't get that. Like I can't cash out the super chat, the money that was given me. So I'm grateful. Thank you for, the two people that sent the money. But it's like, you know, it didn't change today, and not that I was looking for anybody to change the day. I woke up happy. He had donuts and McDonald's. Like I made sure all day he got everything and anything he wanted or asked for, as best as I could. Grandma paid
As
for
you
it.
should,
But
right?
it's like, damn, he knew he was supposed to have a party. And yeah, I get it. Some 3-year-olds, their intellect, their understanding is not at advanced. My baby was looking for that fucking gift.
Yeah.
He looked right at me in front of you guys. And he was like, mommy, where is my surprise? Nigga, that shit tore me down.
I said shit touched me too.
And I'm trying to look at my brother because I'm like, just be cool, Keisha. But it's like, no,
She did that.
no.
She did that.
I don't care. There's
She
mothers
did
out
all
here
of
that
them.
ain't crap. But I ain't one of those. I go hard for my kids. Back to school. They get their hair. You see it. They get their hair done every month.
I see it, baby.
New braids,
You ain't gotta explain.
haircuts, retwist. My kids are my number one priority. And I might not be the best at anything else in the world, but when it comes to my kids will tell you my mom is a fantastic mom. She does everything for us. And they can take a lie detector test. They know they got a good mom. And so when and she'll never get it. She'll never understand, and it don't matter. So she knew what the money was for.
She knows.
On this day, you knew, Misha. And at the end of the day, you didn't care, bruh. People, you can spend 10 years with somebody and think you know them and think they love your kids because every day they're showing up for your kids. They're participating financially, mentally, and physically. And so it's like you believe that they love them. Have raised them alongside of me. Misha was a good parent the first 6-7 years of our marriage. And I'll never take that from her. She was phenomenal. Potty trained, spent any dime money she had on my kids. Real love. And then things took a turn. When she started drinking, she turned into a whole nother person. A whole nother person. And like I said the other day, I said, I don't know her no more. So I don't know what she would or wouldn't do. I can't speak on that. Because the fact that the baby that's named after her, Misha and Mise, the baby she named, when we found it out it was a boy, when we had a gender reveal, you named his whole entire name. The baby that you've been rocking with, like, and you knew his birthday was the 31st and this is what you do? It's good. I promise you wholeheartedly. I forgave Misha, but I'll never forgive her. And I'll say it again. I forgave Misha, but I will never, ever forgive her. Because every night since she did this shit, when she lays her head down, she knows the hole that she put me in. She knows exactly what she did. And if somebody can do that to somebody that you were married to, come on, what does that say?
No love lost.
There's no love lost. There's no love lost at all. But I'm going to keep my chin up and my chest out, and I'm finna go overdraft my account. And I'm finna go get my baby something. Because I'll be damned for him to look at me straight in my face and say, where's my surprise, mama? The day is over. We went trick-or-treating at my brother's house. We took them to the church. He been with us, rocking with us all day, eating candy and everything all day, living his best life. I thought it was far from his mind. But when we sung happy birthday and he blew the candle out, he was waiting for me to go in that room and say, open your gift. You could see it.
I was watching.
And he said it real calm. He said, Mama, where's my surprise? Where's my surprise now? I can't even explain to you because you're not a parent yet.
But trust me,
but
I know,
the pain, that shit hurts so bad.
I know.
Because my kids ain't never had a birthday like that. I grew up like that. And I vowed that my kids would always feel loved and celebrated on the day that they took their first breath on this earth. Because none of my kids are accidents. I planned my kids. I was in love with the person I had with them. And I wanted my children. I brought them here with purpose and intent. Not to love them, to guide them, to teach them, to be the mother that I never had. And I've stood 10 toes on that. And I know I have. So yeah, I forgave her, but I'll never forgive her. You can hurt me all you want. Go ahead, because I can take it. But you make my baby feel like There's no gift today? That's what he basically was like. Where's my surprise? Like, where's my birthday present? And he's 3. And he understands on a birthday there's protocol. He didn't even fall asleep in the car. After all that running, after all that playing, climbing up and down them stairs on my brother's, he was waiting.
I seen it, baby. Trust me, boys. Man, I see everything, man. On G-O-D.
And I get it. To some people, it's like, oh, it's not that big of a deal.
No,
To you,
yeah.
that's your prerogative. That's
mother,
the way
though.
you're raising your child. That's your circumstances.
Mother.
But to me, somebody that got 39-cent hamburgers from McDonald's and a homemade cake, because my grandma was raising her crackhead daughter's 3 kids by herself, had to quit her career to raise us, so she did the best she could. Come on, man. It hurt. It hurt. That hurt right now. So let's go up in here, and it is what it is, man.
It's gonna get better, baby.
And I know I keep telling myself it's.
Misha turning right now. You should trust and believe. She hear you. She feel you. She knows she fucked up. She knows she's wrong. Definitely believes that. So don't ever feel like she's not. Every second, every minute of the fucking hour of the day, she's feeling it. So she got to go along with it. She have no choice but to go with it now.
And that's what the card said. That's the last thing I heard. The lady said, and now she has to go along with it.
She has to.
Cause she's too far in.
That part.
It blew up in her face.
Did she
and then she made decisions that affected the connection for a lifetime. She severed it. Yeah, and really, and how I know, and how we both know that she didn't think that the damage that she did in the beginning was that high, because when the phone call was made, what did she say? If I wanted her, what? Tell me what she said.
She said, if I want her right now, I can get her back.
She said, thank you. She said, if I wanted her right now, I can get her back right now. Cocky, bold, like she was that nigga.
And she hopped out the car and walked up to the car like, yeah. What?
So I'm just like, come on now. Somebody that believes that? Come on now. That really believe that?
It's crazy.
Come on now. Somebody that said that so boldly on the phone and then turned around and did all this.
It's deep. She's playing with fire. Been playing with fire.
So like you just said, she got to live with it now. She too deep in it.
Too deep.
We know what's up. It doesn't matter. The internet, her parents, her mama, her sister, her brother, her fucking family. You feel me? They don't see the bigger picture. But the people that woke up to her and went to sleep with her every day and knew her, we know what it is.
Oh, mama.
We know what it really is.
Right.
Because you can, people leave their house every day and pretend to be something they not. And you would never know who they really were unless you went to their house and chilled at their house and really got to know them. Who people are at work is not the same people they are on the weekends with their family.
Same thing.
And it's not that it could be a bad thing, because you need to be professional. But what I'm saying is people be out here living double lives. They be one way here and one way there. I watched it.
It's the same thing if you was living with somebody. You can see their real character.
Every character about
Day and
them.
night. Come on,
but
man.
It's so crazy, right? I really believe she would never. She had me fooled. Like, no, she would never do that. Really, really was like chest out. Not to the kids. Because she knows it's going to affect the kids. Now, if it only affected me, she wouldn't know. She's in too deep, though. So now she got to really ride it out. Like, yeah.
She has no choice.
She has no choice. Because it blew up in her face.
She didn't even know. She thought she was playing a good game, but it didn't last. It was going to come out sooner or later. seems like they say.
What's done in the dark always comes to light.
Yeah, and y'all had a little.
And the light, the dark cannot coexist with the light.
Oh,
Period, point
no
blank.
in between.
So it gotta come to surface.
Sometimes you gotta let people do what they, so
Oh.
you can see what they rather do.
Yeah, you gotta let them do what they want to do, so you can see what they rather do.
Period.
That's it. That's all. Clock the T. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Checking their cheese.
That's what it is right now. I'm not gonna even put my face on the camera because I've been crying and crying and crying and crying, looking crazy. No, my heart hurts. Y'all just heard what was going on, and yeah. Besides that, I really thought his day was so good, he wasn't worried about it because he was so happy all day. He had such a good day. He was running door to door getting candy, like he was happy.
Oh my mama, he had a good ass time.
Yeah, so I'm like, he's not even worried about no gifts. He ain't even checking for no gifts.
No,
he as soon as we blew them candles out,
he was looking.
So
you have to double check first. He like,
yeah, he was waiting patiently. Even when he asked, he was like, "Mama, where's my surprise?" I said, "Oh no." So I'll see you guys in a minute. Let me situate this for my baby because it's almost 11 o'clock and they close at 11.